Hello, it's Gary Fox here, and we got a brand new graphical construction to do tonight. This one is going to be make a circle that's tangent to two lines. And we've got the easy way, and the hard way, and the very hard way. This one's going to get kind of complicated when we get to the manual version. We'll be using some of the techniques that we've already learned. Okay. Usually when you're doing this, what you're wanting to do is round off the corners. And built right into LibreCAD is a function called round. And it does that. And what I've drawn on all these lines, this one's a 90-degree angle, but I've got it rotated 15 degrees from horizontal. This one's a 60-degree angle. Also, the bottom's rotated by 30 degrees. And then, by 15 degrees. And this one's also, the bottom's rotated by 15, but it's a 120-degree angle. So 90, less than 90, greater than 90 is what we're showing here. Okay, the round function is simple. You just go to Modify menu, round, you set the radius, and you can determine whether you want to trim or not. And for right now, we're going to go ahead and trim. And you click on the first line, you click on the second line, and you got your circle that's tangent, and you've trimmed everything. And I did the trim especially on this one because you probably couldn't have saw it otherwise. We're going to go back and untrim. We'll do it again. This time we won't trim. And all we're doing is drawing the arc. If we wanted to draw a complete line, a complete circle, things aren't quite so pretty. So what I have to do is draw a construction line. We'll only do it for one of these. We'll do it on this one that's in between. Okay, we'll see how this works. Circles, when it comes to extending, act kind of funny. Okay, let's see if we can extend it in the opposite direction, and we made it, and we've got ourselves a circle. So that one worked, and then I can turn off the construction line. If I tried doing it over here for the 90 degree, I got in a heck of a mess when I was trying to do this, playing with it. We'll see what happened. Might as well show you all what a mess looks like. So we'll make a construction line there. And let's see what happens when we try to extend, which is menu, trim, and extend. We'll go to this line, we'll try to extend it, and it went in the opposite direction. And that happened a lot. And I'm not sure why. So let's undo that. So I had to actually do a whole bunch of construction lines to get the thing to complete the circle. And even all the way through it acted funny. But you can do it. It just ain't easy. So now you see basically how the round function works, which is the automatic method here. And normally it takes care of everything you want. I'm going to delete what we've done. And now we're right back to where we started. Now we're going to do it the hard way. Okay, if you noticed, I set the radius of that circle at 2. Okay, the semi-hard way in CAD is that we're going to do a line offset. And we will set the line, and I want to go to construction here. We'll set the distance at 2. you could do it on all of them this way, all three size angles. And now we're going to do a circle. We're going to do a center with radius. We're going to center it on those, radius is set to 2, and we're going to center it where those two lines crossed. So intersection. And now all we have to do is trim if we want to make it a round. So we're going to trim one of these. So we'll do a trim. We'll do this one. I want to keep that part. I want to keep that part. And now things are going to act kind of bad. So we're going to trim from here. And we'll keep this part. And we got a problem. Okay, now we'll try to trim right here. Oops. Wrong function. Wrong mode. Trim. Extend. And I got it. And I could change the property there. Call that. Make that to final. And we have it there. So we got it done that way. Okay, there is a third way that you can do it with a circle. So let's see if I can undo some stuff here. Okay, and now let's delete a bunch of stuff. Guess I could have deleted layer, but I didn't think of that. Okay, now we're going to do it one more way, which is just another way of doing it. We're going to go to circle with radius. And we're going to center right on that point. Now this only works for the 90 degree. Okay, we're going to go circle with radius, and we're going to center on that one and center on that intersection. Now we're going to go circle with radius, and let's go final in this version. Circle with radius, and we're going to go to this intersection, and we now have it. Let's turn off construction so it isn't quite so confusing, and you see we got the round. By the way, if I were doing this, there would be a third way, which might not be quite as accurate. And that would be to cut myself a circle that was a radius of 2, cut the circle and then use it, and then I would find the places where it touched the line and then draw the lines around it. And that would be another way of doing this thing, but that's probably not quite as accurate as what we're doing. Okay, I've showed you how to do both the manual method and the automatic method. Now I'm going to go to showing you how to do it by hand. There is a problem. The problem is, how do we guarantee that we're the radius away? And the only way we can do that is to make sure that we have a line that's perpendicular. On this one we don't have a problem. We could draw a tick mark here, draw our parallel line, and we'd have it. On this one I don't have a line to draw a tick mark to, so I'm going to have to create a perpendicular. Probably a perpendicular through a point. Same thing with this one. So as we get back to this, it's going to look a little messy as we do one of these by hand. So see you on the flip side. Be right back. This is Gary Fox back again. This time we're going to do a manual. Okay, the first problem I got to do is I have to come up with a line that's parallel to each of these. And how do I do that? Well, and it has to be the correct distance apart. When I'm going to use a radius of a 1/2 inch. So, to measure that 1/2 inch, I need a line perpendicular to each one of these. So we're going to be back to our old favorite, our old friend of making a line perpendicular through a point. See, it's all coming back now, isn't it? Can't get away from it. And I'm sorry about the shadows. I have yet to figure out a good way to light this thing. Okay, so we've drawn our 2 lines so we can make a point equal distance apart from our point that we want to draw through. Now make it greater than that. I draw an arc up here. Arc up here, I got a cross mark. It's going to get to be a lot of lines on this thing. I'll draw one over here. And I'll draw one here. So I should be able to draw my 2 perpendicular lines. I go from that crossover point through a tick mark that I made. And we will do the same for this one. Okay, now I want to measure exactly a 1/2 inch. I want them all to be the same, so what we're going to do, made a line up here, and these are 1/2 inch tick marks. So we'll see if we can adjust our compass so it's right on. That's looking pretty close. I lucked out and got it the very first time. So I make a mark right here on this perpendicular 1/2 inch. Make one right here, this perpendicular a 1/2 inch. And now we will do the technique that we learned last time of making parallel lines. So I will line this thing up on the line, set my ruler so it's up against my sliding edge. And now I will slide up. Maybe I will slide up. Let's try it the other way. I think it'll work a little better. Okay, am I on the line? Looks like I am. Is my ruler up against it? Yeah, it is. So now I slide up a 1/2 inch. On my mark, draw a line. And normally I wouldn't be doing it with a smeary ink pen, except I want to make it so it's plain in the video. So we drew it. We got about 3 choices there. We'll pick our favorite one. Actually, I got one good choice. Okay, now I have to think about how to do this one. Okay, I'm on my line. I have my ruler butted up against it. I slide up to the tick mark and I draw my parallel line. Okay, and we have a good cross. Now my compass is already set for 1/2 inch, so when I draw right on that cross point, I should have a good tangent, and it looks like I'm a little bit off in the one, but in the other direction I'm right on. Not sure why I'm off. I think it's going to be okay. I think it was the way I held the thing. So I now have my tangent circle right there. And I'll highlight it with the ink pen so you can see it real well. So we got the job done. Looks like crap the way I highlighted it, but we got the job done. So that was the one for the angle less than 60 degrees. Now we'll do an angle greater than, or angle 60, which is less than 90. Now we'll do the one for 120. I've already drawn the perpendiculars. So we'll draw our 2 lines here. It works exactly the same as the last one. So we have our 2 lines. If we were doing this with drafting compasses, things would be even better because they have very sharp points. We're doing it with the cheapo model. Okay, I'm interested in this thing crossing over around here. At this end, first thing I do is get parallel or right on the line. Butt my, choose the correct side. Butt my ruler up against it. Okay, now we slide up to our 1/2 inch point. Try to hold all this stuff down. Okay, we do it the same over here. Make this equal to right on the line. Hold my ruler up against it, slide up to the 1/2 inch point. Get on my mark. When you mark, get set, go, right? And we have our crossover point. Hopefully, if the compass hasn't been bumped, everything's going to work good. And it looks like I'm off just a little bit. And I'm not real sure why I'm off. I guess I didn't have this line is exactly spaced right, and it looks like that is what the problem is. Looks as if this line should be just a skosh more. So if we make that a skosh more, means that our center should be right here. We'll still be okay in that direction. And we do have it now so that we have 2 tangents. So our line is right here. So case of do as I say, not as I do. Be more accurate to me. And there's our tangent circle, highlighted by me, which makes it wide and nasty to read. But there it is. Okay, that's the 120. You see the principle of it. And it would work if you were doing it right. And I would be a lot more picky if I were really trying to make something. Right now I'm just trying to make a video. Okay, now we want a 1/2 inch circle. So everything's set at a 1/2. We'll put this right on there. We draw a tick mark right here. Draw a tick mark right here. Now we draw circle over here, part of a circle. We draw a part of a circle here. Get my paper moved on me. Be better than me. Okay, and now put my compass right there, draw it. Keep the compass plugged into the hole, and we have our rounded corner. And that one is pretty much right on. Highlight it to show it to you. And that was pretty much right on right there. So that's the way to draw a circle that's tangent to 2 lines. Could have continued on. Let's just do continue on. Although this thing's going to pop out of the hole on me. If I want to draw the complete circle, I can draw it. Anyhow, appreciate you watching. I think we went through all of the procedures on this one. Thank you. This is Gary Fox. Hopefully you got something out of it.